look at Derek hasn't thrown a pick in the last 6 games. It's easily the longest streak of his career. What would you attribute that to mostly?
I just think he's a really good decision maker. He's never been one to throw a lot of picks, and I think he realizes right now that winning a turnover battle gives this team right now the best chance to win. So he's done a great job taking care of the ball.
The Chiefs have been so good offensively, it sort of masks the fact that they're 30th in total defense. You see this as an opportunity, as a shootout kind of game for your offense?
I look at the Chiefs defense. I got a lot of respect for them. They're going to be a handful. You know, they've given up some defensive touchdowns. D Ford's a problem. Justin Houston is a real problem. Jones is a problem for us. And Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator, I know what he's capable of doing. They're coming off a bye week. They'll be healthy, they'll be happy, and they'll be ready to roll. So we're going to have our hands full.
John, you've worked with a lot of quarterbacks. You've watched a lot of quarterbacks. When you look at Mahomes, what sets him apart at such a young age from so many other guys?
Well, his overall skill set is sickening. I mean, it really is. He's double jointed. I mean, he can throw the ball from any platform possible. Running to his left, fading backwards. He can get out of trouble. You know, I compliment everybody. I've been accused of that. But this guy has, I mean, he's got off the chart arm talent. His skill level is unbelievable. And he's got a playing style that reminds me of Favre. I mean, he's a young Favre. That's why I think Andy Reid went and got him. He won't quit on any plays. He makes a lot of plays when there's nothing there. And I don't have time to talk about him anymore.
Are a lot of the fundamental stuff that people work on quarterbacks with, are they out the window with him?
Yeah, I mean, I remember asking him. He made a throw against Louisiana Tech, the greatest throw I've ever seen. And he didn't set his feet. He's running to his left. And I said, why don't you set your feet? Because you don't have to? He goes, exactly. You know, he just doesn't have to get himself in a perfect throwing position to throw down the field accurate passes. He's, you know, he's been blessed with a lot of talent, and they've surrounded him with the perfect scheme and a great supporting cast and the right coach.
What is it about Andy that sort of makes him good with different? I mean, we had him on a conference call today, and he was talking about he's been with Favre, he's been with Vic, he's been with lots of different guys. While he still runs this offense, but also allows these guys to utilize their own talents.
Well, I think a credit to him is he's always considered a quarterback the head of the food chain. You know, wherever he goes out of his way to get one. You know, bringing in Alex Smith was a tremendous move for the Chiefs. You know, he did a great thing for Kansas City. You know, you talked about Favre and Michael Vick, and he drafted Nick Foles. He's always, he had Kevin Cobb playing well. He's always gone out, drafted quarterbacks, traded for quarterbacks, signed free agent quarterbacks, and he's really good with quarterbacks. But he's able to adapt his scheme to who his quarterback is, and that's the sign of a great coach.
Given your history with Andy, John, are you surprised at all with how well he's adapted throughout the years? I mean, people look at him and say, oh, well, he's an old school guy, but the way he runs an offense is pretty
No, I mean, he's been in the league a long time and been calling plays, Been part of the draft. He's been able to pick players. He knows what he's doing. I'm not surprised at all. I don't know why anybody would be.
Particularly fond memories of working with him in Green Bay when you guys were assistant.
Yeah, we got a lot of memories. I don't have a lot of good feelings right now watching this tape. We got our hands full, but he's a great friend of mine and a passionate coach. He loves football. He might be one of the few guys I know that likes football more than me. That's why, I treasure him.
John, nobody wants to be in this role of spoiler at this point, but given that that's where you are, does that get the juices flowing at all at this point in the season, the opportunity to sort of, get a division foe and knock him down a peg?
We felt like we played a pretty good football game last week against the Ravens. We really did. We were down by 3 points, start that fourth quarter on the road against a team I think is capable of winning the North. We're just concentrating on getting better. We know what the point spread is, and we know what we're up against. We're anxious to compete. That's all I can say.
Remember the first time we talked to you about Johnny Townsend after the draft, you said the reason we got him is for guys like Tyreek Hill. How much is that directional ability he has going to come into play?
Well, we got to do a better job than we did last week. You know, the one punt return we've given up, we didn't hit our landmark. You know, we gave him a low-hanging punt that gave him a two-way go, and that's hard to defend. But if we do that against this guy, we'll have very little chance to win this game. This guy's really unique. Tyreek Hill. He's a unique skill set, and you got to limit his opportunities every way you can, on offense and in the kicking game.
We've asked you at different points during the year, whether it was against the Rams or the 49ers, coaches that you've worked with before and know and have sat in dark rooms with and understand how they think. Is there something different that goes into that when he knows you and you know him so well?
Yeah, you know, there is to a degree, you know. I mean, McVay has done a great job. Shanahan's done a great job. My brother's done a good job, you know. Andy's got the right thing going right now. They have one hell of a scheme. They've got a great skill set. They got the right quarterback. Doesn't help me much right now. Doesn't.